Well, there we are. Stand up and fight is the song. Will both teams stand up and fight tonight? It is round 2 of the Guinness Pro 12, and it's Munster's first home game of the season at Irish Independent Park, Cork. Cardiff Blues 37 points to 28 victory in round 12 at Cardiff last season ended a run of 5 successive Munster victories in this fixture. They're the only visiting side to have won on 3 separate occasions in Cork in the Guinness Pro 12, and that all happened back in the 06-07, 07-08 and in the 2012-13 seasons. Despite seeing his team win at Scarlets last week, new Munster chief Rassie Erasmus is expecting an improved performance against the Blues, while Cardiff's head coach Danny Wilson has had a great hand to deal with after his side's 34 points to 16 bonus point win on home soil in round 1, plus his returning internationals. Cardiff Blues are first out here in Irish Independent Park, and that was a very impressive performance by them last week against Edinburgh at the Arms Park. And with all the new faces involved with Cardiff, they'll be hoping to make it 2 in a row. But Munster, of course, with that great win at Scarlets, performed very, very well, but Erasmus reckons there's room for more improvement. Munster make 2 changes to their starting 15 for this round 2 tie. It's an on-change pack. James Cronin, Niall Scannell and John Ryan formed the front row, with Dave Foley and captain Billy Holland again completing the tied 5. The first change in the half-backs is with Ian Keatley coming into partner Duncan Williams. Rory Scannell and Dan Goggin continue in midfield, with the final change at full-back, where Andrew Conway makes his first appearance of the season, joining Ronan O'Mahony and Darren Sweetenham in the back row. And the away team Cardiff Blues, while their captain Gethin Jenkins returns to the starting lineup at loose head, with Christian Dacey wearing number 2. Danny Wilson makes 4 changes from the side that got off to that bonus point win in round 1 against Edinburgh. They are just 2 of 4 Wales internationals that Wilson has recalled for this trip to Irish Independent Park, with Alex Cuthbert starting on the right wing and Garrett Anscombe at fly half. Reynold Lilo and Corey Allen are the centre partnership, while Dan Fish gets the nod at full back. On the replacements bench, well, the Munster bench sees returning back row internationals CJ Stander, hooker Duncan Casey and academy fullback Stephen Fitzgerald, who are all in line to make their first Pro 12 appearances this season. For Cardiff, a further Wales trio are named: Josh Turnbull, Sam Warburton and Lloyd Williams. They're also set to make their first appearances of the season. Great atmosphere at Irish Independent Park as always. First home game for Munster, as I've said, and of course their next home game will be at Thomond Park on the 24th of September. So a chance for the Cork faithful to come and see the men in red take on the men in blue. And a very interesting contest awaits us here at Irish Independent Park, as our match referee checks with the television director to make sure we kick off on time. Lovely bright evening in Cork now. Rain has stopped about 2 hours ago. There is our match referee, Ian Davies from the Welsh Rugby Union. It's his 50th competition game, so congratulations to Ian. His assistants tonight will be Craig Evans from the Welsh Rugby Union, Nigel Correll from the IRFU, sighting commissioners Gordon Black, and the television match official, as it was at Parky Scarlet last week, is Jim Ewell. And we're up and running in Cork. Nice calm evening, wind has abated. Duncan Williams, first touch for him, bringing the engine room into play straight away. And that is the 22 Munster half of the park. And the first box kick of the night comes from Duncan Williams, local man from Douglas, and it's well gathered on the 10-metre line too. So he's been busy. Third touch for him, and that's for Keatley. Starting it out half tonight, came on last week and kicked a magnificent penalty to keep 2 scores between Scarlets and Munster. Good call that time from Ronan O'Mahony, one of the try scorers last week also. And Williams with his 4th touch feeds it to Keatley. Back it comes towards Billy Holland, the captain. Good line-out operator. Munster had problems last week in the line-out, and just as I mentioned, problems, first basic error of the night with a knock-on from Williams. Scrum Cardiff.
Left the knock-on again.
It was just an early mistake. No real harm done. It will give us a chance to see
That's better.
how the 2 packs fare against one another tonight. Of course, Gethin Jenkins, record Wales international, 126 Welsh caps he's got now. That's a record. He signed for the Blues way back in 2003, even though he did go away to Toulon.
Second in.
And he won his Heineken Cup medal there.
1. Get your shoulder up, please.
Plenty of experience. 3 Grand Slams for Gethin as well.
Shoulder. Okay. Crouch!
It might be interesting We'll let you know that Cardiff are 27 kilos heavier in their pack over Munster. Well, Munster had problems at the set piece last week, but mainly it was their line out. Well, there's the first put in from Thomas Williams. Amanda was born on New Year's Day in 1995. Sets it up well. Good tackle again. Munster defended very well last week. Their line speed was excellent. And Cardiff come forward. And Tommy O'Donnell, man of the match last week, puts in that hit. This time it's Garrett Anscombe. Springs that wide, and the little grubber down the line is into touch. It will be a Munster line out. Now, have they rectified their problems of last week? We will see right now.
That's middle, okay? Blue ball. Step off. Red! Step.
Well, the ball obviously coming off a Munster player. The put-in will be for Christian Dacey. Played 37 minutes last week, but is robbed by Munster. And that's good play by Scannell. Williams. Keatley, nice deep pass. Back to the other Scannell, Rory. Brothers, of course, Niall and Rory. Two Cork men also. That's well gathered by Dan Fish, a former Glamorgan Wonders and St Albans player. That's where he started all his rugby, at the famous St Albans. And Cardiff have possession inside their own 10-metre line. And they're moving it quickly. That looked a bit suspect. It was a flat pass, but they've got away with that. And this is Tom James. And Tom has tackled and put into touch a player that returned from Exeter Chiefs last season. Knows where the line is. Has scored plenty of tries.
Middle, come closer. Blue, come. Blue, step off the mark. How many red? 5. 9, stay back in.
So the big test for Niall Scannell. Of course, he's the former Junior Rugby World Cup captain for Ireland. Well, that worked out well for them, because that's the Waterford man, Jack O'Donoghue. That's the halfway line. And Munster drive forward. Billy Holland doing the little bit of cleaning out. Keatley, nice deep pass again, and that's a nice penetrating run from Munster, bringing play into the Cardiff half of the park. And James Cronin. Nice handoff from Cronin. Presentation was good. Keatley spots a little gap. Kicked it downfield, was hoping for the drop into touch, but gathered by Cardiff, called for the mark, and Dan Fish puts in the relieving kick. And Keatley has a little bit of self-service for himself, and the big up and under comes downfield, but Anscombe gathers for Cardiff. That's their 10-metre line. So we got a bit of footy tennis here in the opening 5 minutes. As Cardiff break forward, and that's a good hit from Munster. It was Dave O'Callaghan with that tackle, the man from Youghal. Well, that's a nice little break though from the lively Garrett Anscombe. Presents well under pressure. And they're just over halfway now. That is Macaulay Cook. Fed back inside. Not much yardage gained for Cardiff. Well, it's well presented. Back into the pocket. Little dummy back in onto the right peg. And again bringing play up to halfway. The time it was Thomas Williams, the scrum half. Nick Williams, the number 8, assisting there. And now the kick up and under from Anscombe again. Well, that's lovely play by Cardiff. Good ball retention. Munster on their feet, entitled to play that ball, and that's excellent play again. Well, Jack Ninenbar's defensive coaching system worked well at Parky Scarlet, and they've started well here at Irish Independent Park. Again, the big kick from Munster, gathered on halfway. Little or no time on the ball, but Dan Fish gathers now. And he gets through. Oh, Fish is away. And he had a runner inside him, which was Dacey. He decides then to play Tom James, former Exeter player, as I've said. Back in field now, here's the big man. Oh, lovely ball chance here. This is Corey Allen. He's held up. That's great tackling. And Munster have got the line out. And again, Jack Ninenbar, defensive coaching, seems to be working a treat. And I think he can throw a little bit of luck in with that also. Good defence, Munster.
That's a different ball.
Munster Attempt to break out from inside her own 22. Back to Keatley on the goal line. Dispatches. Hasn't found touch. Pressure will be back on Munster. Tom James. Dan Fish. Suspect ball to Alex Cuthbert. Big man Cuthbert. Come forward. Oh, that's a lovely ball again. Corey Allen. Feeding it back into Tomas Williams. So Munster on the back foot at the moment as Cardiff come forward. Anscombe. Nice ball in field. This is the left wing, Tom James. Oh, he's got speed, this fella. Now he's in onto the right foot. Excellent score. Brilliant movement by Cardiff. Lovely bit of display and passing it across the three-quarter line. And they're in for the first try. 5 points to Cardiff for short of 8 minutes. And it's a positive start from Danny Wilson's men. Lovely ball. It got involved, Tom James. Sold a little dummy. Sweetenham thought he was going to go on the outside. Step back in on the right and touches down behind the sticks. So Tom James with the score. He did score 39 tries in 115 games and remains the highest try scorer in the history of the region. So he keeps up that stat. And a relatively simple task coming. The conversion from Anscombe.
Your 6 can run side of the scrum. Stays in the second.
And he strikes that well. The man that was born in New Zealand, qualified for Wales through his mother. He's at it too.
Scored by Tom James, converted by Gareth Anscombe. Munster 0, Cardiff 7.
Well, 7 points to 0. Stadium announcer didn't sound too over-enthusiastic announcing that. He's got to remain impartial. There's the backroom bench of Munster. Jerry Flannery there, the scrum coach. Razzie Rasmus, head coach. Anthony Foley. Rasmus, of course, officially down as director of rugby. Munster restart.
4, stay!
So not deciding to go for the quick line out, Munster. So we go back between the 10 metre and the halfway and the Cardiff half of the park. And Scannell will feed this.
Second or step out, I'll get the numbers as soon as you set. Take 4 out.
Irish Independent Park, of course, formerly Musgrave Park.
Full, yeah. Stay where we are then.
That's the official Cork home of Munster Rugby and also the home of 2 of the All-Ireland League senior club sides, Dolphin Rugby Football Club and the famous Sunday as well. That's gathered by Billy Holland.
Advantage 6 offside from the line out.
Great rugby family, Holland.
Penalty advantage.
Some good rugby stock. That's a fair hit. Coming through was Jack O'Donoghue. The chip and go is good from Munster if the bounce is favourable, and the bounce is favourable. Sweetenham shows his football skills. That's excellent from Sweetenham. Lovely pass inside. Brilliant play. And Andrew Conway, the former Leinster man who was educated at Blackrock College, gets a present, but his follow-up play was excellent. Munster back in the game big time. 10 minutes on the clock. Good finish from Conway.
Yeah, you know that one, yeah? That's fine. Also at the scrum. Just
lovely kick ahead from Keatley.
There was no forward
when
pass
you get the bounce, you got to get a little bit of luck. And on the second bite of the cherry, he did. And he put a beautiful pass into the flight path of Conway. And there was never any mistake from there. The offload was excellent. So Andrew Conway got 2 tries in the game and we've less than 11 minutes played. So we're looking good. I struck that well, Keatley. Never in doubt. 7 points apiece. The man that joined Munster back in the 2011-2012 season. And he follows up with that excellent long-range penalty he kicked at Parky Scarlett last week to put 2 scores between the sides. Keatley makes no mistake here. So Conway and Keatley have Munster on the scoreboard. Cardiff restart and they were quickly up there. Munster have the numbers. They have possession. Williams sizing up another box kick on the blind side. Up it goes. Referee is close to the action. The Munster crowd are saying it's not coming back quick enough, but the referee is happy enough. And that's Christian Dacey bursting forward. And that's Felice, the tight head prop. Tongan international. And inside the 10-metre line in the Munster half of the park.
It's fine. I got no issues with playing it.
Good tackle. Munster doing well. Williams, Keatley. Oh, interception.
Red, knock on blue.
Knock on by blue. And it was Alex Cuthbert coming at speed. He was a little bit unfortunate, to be fair.
Yeah.
And the quick ball from Ian Keatley proved that it could have been dangerous, but Munster have the scrum.
Happy with you playing the ball. Okay, you have to take it though. There was no holding on, so I can't be. Yeah, that's fine. Same as you. Yeah, happy if you play the ball. Yeah, that's fine. Pardon? No, he was beat the ruck. You've got to get players there quicker. Pardon, you've got to get players there quicker. Yeah, left man.
So Duncan Williams with the put in. Front row of James Cronin, Niall Scannell and John Ryan. Up against Gethin Jenkins, Christian Dacey, Tufeo Felice.
Bind! Set!
Stephen Archer and Simon Zebo in the crowd earlier on. Meet and greet the Munster supporters in Cork. Munster gone down.
Knee, free red.
Tight head under a little bit of pressure there, John Ryan.
Straight to your knee.
Not a penalty for Cardiff. $9,500 capacity here now at Irish Independent Park. It looks like Anscombe is going to have a shot at goal, just waiting for the kicking tee. There's their backroom team, Cardiff. Danny Wilson, of course. He has coached now 3 of the 4 Welsh regions, being a forwards coach at Newport Gwent Dragons and Scarlets before taking over as head coach here at Cardiff Blues. So Anscombe looking for his second score of the night. He kicked 2 conversions against Edinburgh in round 1. Looking to make his total of 5 tonight. Struck it well. He's added a further 3. Gar Anscombe scored 114 points in 17 games in his first season with Cardiff. He was a terrific signing, and now they lead by 3.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Plenty of height in this for me, Keatley. And distance, as that drops under 22. It looks like Cuthbert to gathered that. And Cardiff keep it tight.
2 get away now. Yeah, you are.
Tomas Williams goes for a bit of length. That's well gathered by Conway, facing his own goal. And he puts it back with a little bit of interest. Advantage red. Oh, I don't know who will run all day with that. The big Waterford man. He made a few nice yards there.
Advantage is over.
Williams. And now advantage is over, and Scannell takes his eye off the ball and knocks it on. So scrum Cardiff.
Scrum.
Conditions still a little bit damp. The rain did ease off about 2 hours before kick-off. 10 degrees in Cork. Very blustery earlier on.
Keep your legs a little bit further in you, okay?
All the supporters will be happy now that rain has blown away and everything is calm. Cardiff by 3. If you've just joined us, Tom James with the try, converted by Garrett Anscombe. Munster replied then through Andrew Conway, with the conversion coming from Ian Keatley, and a further penalty from Garrett Anscombe has given the Welsh region a 3-point advantage.
Hey, you two. Outside, please, 1. Okay, inside, please, 3. Crouch. Bind. Set.
So Tom James, or Tomas Williams rather, rolls it in. Lots of Toms and Tomases around the house tonight. Downfield it goes again. The bounce favours Munster. This is good. This is Conway. Lovely ball out to Sweetenham. Big hit on Sweetenham, but he held possession well. Presents well. Williams, crossfield. It was a nice play from Dave Foley. Ball's gone reverse. Referee's happy with that. O'Donoghue goes in a scrum half. Back to Billy Holland.
Away now, 8.
John Ryan does a bit of cleaning out. Will it be pick and drive? Cronin. That's the 22. Cardiff half of the park. Cardiff looking for numbers on the far side.
Knock on red.
Knock on from Munster, spotted by the referee, and out comes the lively Tomas Williams. The advantage confirmed has been over now. He's back in possession. And the kick ahead alleviates any danger. And Munster's Andrew Conway chases back. Big boot from him, straight down the throat of Cardiff. And Anscombe moves it out to Dan Fish. That looked suspect as well. Nick Williams gets involved. Now it's Felici. Cardiff doing quite well. Fish very prominent in the opening half. The full back involved in many plays, and a little dainty kick from Anscombe. Well covered by Munster. And they'll set themselves up to take it out at their own half of the park. Pitch cutting up a small bit. Well, there is a lot of rain after falling. Duncan Williams with that famous box kick. Oh, that's well gathered. Sweetenham back inside.
Tackle!
He's got to get that laid off. Does well. Big hit coming in there from Nick Williams. Kick ahead. Beautiful kick. No, Munster were just that little bit unlucky. And like I said, Cardiff were luckier that they didn't knock that ball on in a difficult position. And they cleared on field. Kick coming from Alex Cuthbert, but the line-out will be Munster's.
How many red? Hey, red. Billy, let's form this line quicker, please. How many? 5.
So the match referee looking for Munster to fill that line out quicker than they are doing. I've said 5 in the line out, that's what I have. Keatley with the little dainty flick ahead again.
Advantage red.
That's an advantage red from the knock on. It's Williams. Nice ball outfield, that's Dave O'Callaghan. John Ryan goes forward. Oh, John Ryan's done well. And that's a great pick and drive from Munster at speed. And that was Ronan O'Mahony coming in there. They're still on the 22 in the Cardiff half. And the Cardiff
Advantage blue holding on.
blind side
Hold in red.
was doing well. The referee just made a mistake in what he said, but what he's done is correct, because red were holding on and Josh Navidi did very, very well for Cardiff. Well, John Ryan had excellent work, and then Ronan O'Mahony got involved. He turned and presented well. It was Dave Foley who carried it forward. And that's where he got held up. And the pressure came from the hard-working Josh Navidi.
Time off.
So from the relieving kick, they found touch on the halfway line. There is Navidi in your picture.
I hear you on the tackle, okay, but the ball is coming away. All right, then you have got field position as a result of it. So I have to make a decision, okay?
Aviti has won many awards at Cardiff, Player of the Season and Players Player of the Season back in 2013 and in 2014. Won Wales cap on the Japan Tour not so long ago.
That's middle, okay?
So now it's a chance for Christian Dacey. A Munster support find their voice. That's gathered by Ellis Jenkins, former Wales under-20. Got plenty of size in this team, Cardiff. Corey Allen goes forward. Tomas Williams. Advantage coming to Cardiff again. Jack O'Donoghue not in a great spot. Cardiff knew the decision was coming their way.
8.
And Jack O'Donoghue getting caught on the wrong side there.
Yeah, you can go back out to the mark if you want. Billy, just make sure we're getting players away from this tackle, okay? Same for them as well, mine.
So we were 7 points apiece after 11 minutes, and on 15 minutes Anscombe kicked that penalty for Cardiff to give them that 3-point advantage, and now he's got another chance. Garrett Anscombe, great record last season with those 114 points in 17 games. So can he add to his tally here at Irish Independent Park? Strikes it well. Has it got the legs? It has, but it hasn't got the accuracy. So it's a let off for Munster. So 2 from 3 for Garrett Anscombe, but he has a big part to play in this game. Fine signing for the North Shore in New Zealand. So it remains 10 points to 7. Keatley restarts. That's Alex Cuthbert. Tomas Williams. So again, nice little deep pass, and
advantage blue.
A ball kicked at pace, which was off the hands of Keatley. And he'll be disappointed because he's conceded the scrum. Officially a knock on, and we've another scrum. And a game that started very well, but we're having a little bit of scrappy play at the moment. But he was a little bit unfortunate. It came at him at pace. Not a lot he could do. He's conceded the scrum, and Munster must defend.
Colin Blues, just go. There's a mark left of it, please. Thank you, that's good. Crouch! Bind!
Felice of Cardiff and Cronin nearest the camera. Tight head and loose head respectively. That's Williams at the back. We get to see him in action tonight. Well, he went for that one and he's fluffed it. He was the fans' favourite at Ulster.
Blues, let's come this way after the... Let's give him away a little bit. Oh, Nick Williams, what a player. What a great signing for Cardiff. He's got those formidable ball-carrying presence. He was 4 years with Ulster. He scored last week against Edinburgh. Now can he score against Munster in Cork? Crouch. Bind. Set.
It's a good scrum considering the conditions. Put in from Williams. Back to the field of Donoghue. Good strike from Scannell. Lovely deep pass. Munster run it from outside their 22. Conway with the kick and chase. And Cardiff full-back Fish decided he wasn't going to put it into touch, and now Munster try drag him into touch, but he's got protection. His pack were quick. And they feed it back in field. And that's Dacey. Back row working well. Navidi, Jenkins and Williams. And again another box kick. Keighley gathers. Lost his balance on landing. Does well. Presents well. And Williams shapes up for another one. Fish knocks that one on.
Knock on blue or red. That's right.
Well spotted by our match referee, Ian Davies.
Okay. Okay. Time off. AR's lost his comms, right? Solid enough ball came away, okay? Possibly. Yeah, of course we can. We could possibly argue we need a little bit more space, okay? But we've got stability in the ball. Yeah, okay, good, thanks, mate. Are we okay now, Nigel? Okay, just give me a colour, okay? Just, I'll see him.
Williams scored that decisive try last week for Cardiff against Edinburgh. In the second half try. 34-16 was the victory. Thomas Williams followed him over in the latter stages to bag the bonus point. So that was a terrific start in the Pro 12 for Cardiff. And of course Razzie Rasmus enjoyed his dream start to life with Munster as they claimed a 23-13 win at Parky's Scarlet. Of course he arrived in Limerick during the summer and got his first taste of competitive action in West Wales. They have to go back there next week as well, where Munster will take on Dragons. And then it's a home tie at Thomond Park on the 24th for Munster. So busy times. We're in full swing.
Crouch!
And the Guinness Pro 12.
Bind!
It's Edinburgh, of course, who will visit Munster on the 24th. So there's the set. You're close above the scrum. Tough place to be. Referee not happy with Cardiff. Munster get the free kick. And they started quickly. I don't know who fed the Scannell, who was turned up. And Williams feeds it in. And that's the hard-working Dave O'Callaghan going forward. Billy Holland involved as well. Oh, that's a lovely offload as Munster come forward. It came from Dan Gogan into Rory Scannell. Two players that are well used to one another, and Munster gains some good yardage. It's pick and drive, old-fashioned style Munster. Niall Scannell, the Corkonian, he'd love to score here, and so would John Ryan. Another local Cork man, a tight head tonight. Pick and drive, but this time they're nailed. Referee has spotted a Cardiff player lying on the wrong side. The decision is coming Munster's way, even though they did fluff it.
Get away.
So they got a penalty. So consistency from Ian Davies. Oh, it looks like Keighley will kick for the sticks and put us back on parity as we were on the 11th minute. Just on 29 now, and we're looking at a 10 points game each. Well, 10 points all, I should say.
If the player is part of the ruck on his feet at the start, then he can kick the ball out. Okay, so the players that are on the fringes can't kick it out. Correct, yeah.
Great experience, Keighley. He's played for many clubs, and he has played for the current Pro 12 champions, Connacht, back in the day. He was capped 57 times for Connacht.
Just give me a yard to restart.
So can he make it 2 from 2? Simple enough task for Keighley. So we're all square again. Ten points apiece. So it is Gareth Anscombe to restart as the evening closes in. The evening's getting shorter, of course, now in good old Airns Isle. September moves along. All the kids back to school, colleges reopening, and the PRO12 up and running.
Backwards.
That ball is gathered by Nick
Backwards
Williams. Referee's happy the ball went backwards on 2 occasions. Ellis Jenkins did well for Cardiff. They're into the Munster half of the park. Munster told to leave it. The hard-working Tommy O'Donnell.
Have to come away.
Tap and go. No hanging around from Williams. Lovely layoff. Back to Nick Williams. Gethin Jenkins. The loose head. I can feel it goes. And that's Christian Dacey. He had back up there from Josh Navidi.
Tackle!
The Munster on their feet.
Right off your feet.
He was off his feet then. The referee said don't play that in an indirect way. And now it's the hard-working Navidi coming forward. And here comes the big tight head Felice. Good play Cardiff. They have numbers to the left. Dan Fish, prominent first half for him. Back in field it will go from Williams. Getting it towards Navidi. He's brought to ground by Dave O'Callaghan. Fair tackle from the All-Man. Now it's with Macaulay Cook. Oh, it's good speed into play from Cardiff. And a good hit there coming from Billy Holland, who puts it static for a moment, but there's still numbers to the right.
Still advantage, blue
and now it's advantage as Lilo comes forward. Fish again is there prominent. The referee is bringing us back. So let's see what he's got to say.
6. Just keep it down.
Yeah, it looked like Dave O'Callaghan was a little bit high. The referee has indicated that. So Cardiff kick for the corner. So a touch of courage. We've gone 2 minutes over the half hour at Irish Independent Park. 10 points apiece. We were level at 7 points apiece early in play. Now 10 points apiece.
Wait.
Danny Wilson, of course, has got his defence coach in there, Graham Steadman, former rugby league man.
Time back on.
And Paul John, the skills coach. So a good backroom team. Paul, of course, former Pontypridd and a former Welsh international. Referee checks the gap. Munster support are the 16th man at the minute.
Stay on the white line. Okay.
Christian Dacey with the put in. Merthyr Tydfil-Born gets it as far as Josh Navidi. We've done well. Munster's offence coach will be interested and see how to manage here now. Nineveh have possession and they just want to be careful on the blind as Cardiff try peel around, keep that ball in play, and now Williams has seen the danger, but Cardiff still in possession. They've worked it in field, they've got numbers. Now Thomas Williams plays it in towards the goal. Munster defend.
Ball is there, playable. Easy.
Cardiff 2 metres short. Body angles have got to be good here.
Time off. Jim.
Looks
Okay.
like it's down.
I'm happy the ball has been grounded, okay? What I want to see is whether there's an obstruction, which took the red tackler out of the equation, please,
Okay.
in the build-up to the try.
Grounding is good, but check obstruction.
I'm
build
happy
up.
the grounding. I just want to check for obstruction, okay?
Okay, stand by.
This will be interesting.
Pardon? There was no penalty anyway. No, back you go, thanks. No.
It looked like John Ryan might have been taken out there by Gethin Jenkins. Well, John Ryan is not happy, so it will be interesting to see what does Jim Yule, the TMO, say about that.
The actions of him in advance of the ruck, whether he actually has any bearing on 3.
Going to check the first angle again, Ian.
Okay.
Number 1 blue certainly moves a little bit.
Okay, does he actually engage contact with 3 red? Okay.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so therefore that's obstruction. Are we on the same page on that?
Correct.
Yes, it's a penalty against blue.
One blue is engaging contact.
Yeah, okay. Fine, okay. Gethin, come here, please. Gethin! It's you that's made contact with red. Therefore, no, it's obstruction. It's disallowed. No try.
That's a good call from the officials. You've got to give credit to Ian Davies, the referee, and Jim Ewell. Gethin Jenkins is disappointed, but it was interference on John Ryan, and he deprived Ryan of making a crucial tackle to deprive Cardiff of that try. So no score. We remain 10 points apiece, and Munster have the chat. John Ryan, local legend, tight head from Cork, of course, went on loan to London Irish back in 2012. And rock solid in that scrum as Ian Keatley takes that penalty. And finds touch just short of the 10-metre line. Munster put in from Scannell to come.
On the line, red. Inside the 5.
And Duncan Williams loves those box kicks. Sends it downfield. And the touch judge said that was out. Back from where it was kicked from. So Dacey will have to put in. Played 37 minutes in round 1. He was a top try scorer 2 seasons ago. Another man from Merthyr in Wales. A few running repairs now. The referee is having a chat too.
Okay, I'll take it from you, but no one else. Is that okay? A general play now. No, there's just too many voices talking. Okay. Quick, is it?
Cardiff's next 2 fixtures, well, they host Glasgow Warriors at the Arms Park in round 3, and that's on the 16th of September, before a trip to Italy where they face Zebra in round 4. And that's coming on the 24th, the same night that Munster will host Edinburgh at Thomond Park in Limerick. And of course the PRO12 final is set to take place in Dublin at the Aviva Stadium, as the league finale moves to another of rugby's iconic arenas. That's because Connacht claimed last season's PRO12. 20 points to 10 to 1 on that occasion. That was at Murrayfield, so it will be Dublin that hosts the final this time around. Lots of tickets already purchased. Marketing in rugby has been key in the last number of years. The put-in comes from Dacey. Cardiff worked out well across the line to break the gap. This is Lilo. Beautiful play to the left wing, Tom James, and Lilo feeds James, and James touches down with an excellent try at Irish Independent Park. They moved that very well off the top, and the travelling Cardiff supporters are happy with that, and so are the backroom team of Wilson, Steadman and Paul John, the skills coach. They're all smiling there. There it is. A knockdown came from George Earl in the second row. The feed out towards Lilo, and he watched all the way with a beautiful inside pass, and it was touched down beautifully. There's Lilo, your number 12, your centre, to the left wing, and Tom James has got his second try of the night for Cardiff here in Cork, the man that returned from Exeter last season. And we did give you the stat that he scored 39 tries in 115 games. Well, he's got 2 tonight in Cork, and his team are 5 in front, with the conversion to come from Anscombe. Struck it well. 3 for 4 for him. And 17 points to 10. They'll make a weekend out of it in Cork. Always a lovely place to visit. Concern for Rory Scannell.
He's on his feet to carry the play on.
17 points to 10. Of course, Simon Zebo will be out for about 5 weeks with a rib injury he picked up in the Scarlets game last week. And also due to injuries, Francis Sealy and Sammy Arnold. Erasmus has called on the services of Chauty to bolster the options of available people for midfield. So that's a nice little bit of backup for the Munster men. So 17 points to 10. Cardiff lead by that converted try. 3 minutes to the half-time whistle. And a relatively calm night in the southern capital put into Cardiff. Some nice rugby in this first half. Some basic errors. The conditions still damp and underfoot conditions not ideal for good rugby. But the Munster support has found its voice. And the chorus of Munster, Munster rings out across the skyline of Cork as Christian Dacey will feed this line out.
Three. I blew the whistle for that very reason. I don't need you to tell me. Billy, open him up, please. Team up. Yeah, I will do. That's fine. Thanks, Dave. Okay, go on, let's get in.
George Eyre looks to target here. But they've gone to the front.
Over him in the air.
And Munster in fringe and wrapping around the Cardiff jumper in the air. So the decision to the Blues.
Yeah. Sure.
That's a fine kick from Cardiff. Fine a touch just inside the 10-metre line. Hanscom, good first half from him.
Hey, stay there now. Stay.
So 1 minute of normal time remaining. Oh, that's a good take by Macaulay Cook. He's 6'5". He's bound to get the hand up there. Well, that's good play by Scannell of the Nile variety. Cardiff still hold possession. And to take play back up to the 10-metre line, Munster half of the park. Anscombe, oh, dainty little kick forward again. And that's well gathered by Conway. Brave from the former Leinster man. Williams comes back into Niall Scannell. He's really settling in well in that front row for Munster. Gethin Jenkins is looking to root that out, but the referee says leave that. Keatley puts boot to ball.
No.
Happy enough with play as well.
Advantage red.
Knock on there, it looked like from Cardiff. The advantage was to red, and Munster have the decision. So there we are on 40 minutes. The referee has blown the half-time whistle. And an entertaining enough first half here at Irish Independent Park. Level at 10 points apiece after 11 minutes. But the boot of Garrett Anscombe and a try, and two to be fair, from Tom James has left a half-time score at 17 points to Cardiff, 10 points Munster. Well, here's Munster back in for the second half. Cardiff first out from great half-time entertainment. The schoolboys of Carrigaline and Galbally putting on their little rugby exhibition. So a big night for the boys and girls, playing in front of the 9,500 crowd.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Munster back out. Cardiff Blues with that half-time lead of 17 points to 10. Of course, it's looking well. There is a change on the Munster team. That's Cian Bohan. Number 22 is in for the second half. He's 3 years in the team now, Cian Bohan.
Okay.
Another Cork man, of course.
Gethin, right?
He was injured in all of 2014-2015 season, but it's good to see him back.
He went right, you said, yeah?
And he was a second half sub at Parky Scarlet last week as well. So Ian Keatley sets us on the way. Munster trail by 7. And from the restart, Cardiff gather inside their own 22.
Four, stop! 5, stop!
Fine kick from Cardiff. Gathered by Andrew Conway. Got that first half try for Munster, if you just joined us. 2 tries from Tom James in that first half. Garrett Anscombe with a penalty and 2 conversions.
Was there a
Rory
knock on there,
Scannell
Craig?
is the man to
Okay, thank
be
you.
withdrawn. Munster come forward.
Ruck beat him.
Advantage coming to Munster
And
now.
It's red, 12 playing ball. Still advantage.
So just to confirm, Keane Bohan rather, is in for Rory Scannell. Here's Duncan Williams. That's Dave Foley, a big man from Clonmel, back to Williams. He puts plenty of time under this one. A 4-second kick can work out. Bohan got a touch, but we're coming back for the penalty.
The Ruck beat you, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, Munster have made 1 change at half-time. Number 22, Ian Bohan, to replace number 12, Rory Scannell.
Ruck come first.
So confirmation by the stadium announcer that Rory Scannell has retired. And Keane Bohan is in. So Munster with a kick for the corner. Keatley, the crowd will love this. They want to get back on parity for the 3rd time of the game.
Craig,
He's
this way,
got the
Craig.
5 metres short,
Here's
so the
Mark.
line out has got to be
Craig,
good.
There's the mark.
So Niall Scannell with the responsibility of finding his man. Will it be
It's okay,
Foley,
I'm happy,
Holland,
I'm happy.
O'Callaghan, O'Donnell, or the big man, O'Donoghue? Holland it was. Munster with the drive. 5 metres short, Williams. Williams again, no pick and drive this time. That's Tommy O'Donnell in possession. Billy Holland throws the shoulder in. Williams wants numbers to his right. Munster want to score. Well, that's Bohan with his first touch, maybe second. Presentation is good.
No. Tackler committed it.
2 metres short, Munster.
Stay up. You come straight off your feet. 8. Straight off your feet.
So the referee not happy that 8 has come straight off his feet. And that is Jack O'Donoghue, a product of the youth system here at Munster. Scored a try versus Cardiff last season. And 26 times last season also on the PRO12. And there he is, the big man.
Players in front, you're talking about?
Educated at De La Salle College in Waterford City. Just watch him on your replay now. Sometimes you get away with that, sometimes you don't. But our match referee, Dean Davies, was in a great position as the Munster chorus rings out. Cardiff with the line out. Ellis Jenkins gathers the open side flanker. Nick Williams didn't have many penetrating runs tonight, but he has been effective. Box kick from Thomas Williams. Sweetnam was brave, as was Tom James.
Hang on. Sorry, Nigel, you said. Okay. It was knocked on, then it went into touch, okay? Reg, you therefore have an option of a scrum or a line out.
So Nigel Corl, our touch judge on that side.
It's a scrum. It was knocked on off blue and then went into touch.
Oh, so Nigel confirming with the referee what had happened.
Okay. Time off.
So concern now for Tommy O'Donnell. I'm sure he's a happy camper this week, Tommy, along with Dave Foley. 2 great Tipperary men, of course, and they did win the hurling last week.
Yeah.
And there's the backroom team, head coach Anthony Foley. 201 caps for Munster, Anthony. And Jerry Flannery. I wonder whether Jerry would stay or go, but Life After Rugby saw the Grand Slam winning player complete a Masters in Sports Performance at the University of Limerick. And he was into Arsenal as well in 2013 for a work placement and strength and conditioning coach. So He's worked hard, Jerry Flannery. He's got a good position. 94 caps for Munster, 41 caps for Ireland.
Little things, yeah, small margins.
And he also works closely with the academy here at Munster.
He's coming off there.
And the provincial age grade squads as well. There's more changes coming, because that doesn't look good for Tommy. And that's a great pity. He's a man that has suffered in a bad way with injuries in the past, but he's been replaced now.
And there's the mark, okay?
So Tommy O'Donnell retires
He's on the left.
with an injury, and CJ Stander makes his bow in the Guinness Pro12. Not a bad sub to be coming in. He was unfortunate in South Africa in the opening test, picking up that red card, which for many people was very, very harsh. And that's all water under the bridge now. CJ is back.
Boy!
And Tommy is gone. CJ wears number 20. You want to throw your eye on him. Put in from Duncan Williams. That's excellent scrummaging from Munster. Oh, they got a penalty. Never in doubt whether it's Cork or Limerick. They absolutely love it. Now what can CJ Stander bring to the table? That's John Ryan, the tight head. We told you all about John in the first half. They got to give Cronin credit this time as well, the loose head. And he got plenty of driving there from Big Dave Foley behind him as well. The bind was good, the drive was excellent.
Win the penalty, they'll be silly afterwards.
They've won the penalty and Keatley's found touch.
There must be history now, yeah, okay.
As you were at half time, there's Stander.
9.
Billy Holland gathers. Stander at the back with Jack O'Donoghue. Little bit of a counter shove from Cardiff. Close to the touchline now. Munster do well. Williams again. Cardiff will chase back. That's Tom James. He did well, to be fair. Keatley. Andrew Conway. Turned well. Williams. That's John Ryan. Williams again. Back out to Sweetenham. Up to the 10-metre line. Cardiff half of the park. Infield it goes. That's Dave O'Callaghan, the number 6 in possession. Keatley. Deep pass. Bohan did well. Feeding it back to Conway. It's actually Dan Goggin that time. Pardon me. Now it's Jack O'Donoghue. Pick and go from James Cronin. Billy Holland. Williams. Wide pass from Williams. Niall Scannell. Oh, he did well to stay on his feet, Scannell. Brings it to the 22. Good work from the number 2. Ryan again. Good hands, Munster. Cronin. Well, it's all about defending for Cardiff now. Munster on the front foot. Just trying to get inside at 22. Keatley, lovely hands, Bohan. Nice play out towards Ronan O'Mahony. Scored a try last week, O'Mahony. Williams again. Back in field. Billy Holland's got more ball in the second half than in the full first half. Williams goes for a little snipe off his left. Pick and drive from James Cronin. Much better from Munster. Holland. Dave Foley. John Ryan. CJ Stander tidies up a loose pass. And Munster live to fight on with Jack O'Donoghue. Just got to get in over that ball. They haven't, and they've conceded the penalty for holding on. The crowd are not happy, but they can't have any argument there. The referee was right up with play. And Munster fell into the trap. And they got to give credit to the Cardiff
the next stop is
defence, and Ellis Jenkins deserve full credit there, the number 7. The open side flanker. So we got time off now. And if you just joined us at half-time, it was 17 points to 10 in favour of Cardiff. And just 9 minutes played, it remains the same. Munster's try in the first half coming through Andrew Conway, with a conversion and a penalty from Ian Keatley. And that was 2 tries from Tom James, 2 conversions from Garrett Anscombe and a penalty, which left it at 17 points to 10. And it now looks like
Yeah, bring him on now.
Danny Wilson is making a few changes
It's a neck
on the
injury.
Cardiff team.
Okay.
Reece Gill
Was
and
that 1, 2
Scott
and 8,
Andrews
Okay.
look
One.
like they're coming in.
There now, go.
And there they go.
8. Alice, you captain now?
Well, it's actually Sam
Captain.
Warburton is coming on as well.
Um,
So Sam comes in wearing number 20, and that's Scott Andrews wearing number 18.
Get in the first half. I had too many voices. All right, then you should control that for me. What's that? Bam.
Replaced by 17, Reece Gill. 18, Andrews. Number 20, Sam Warburton.
So we got Reece Gill, Scott Andrews and Sam Warburton in.
Does affect.
Nick Williams, Gethin Jenkins are 2 of the 3 gone.
No, I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah.
So Felice is gone for Cardiff as well.
Okay.
So 1, 3 and 8. Gethin Jenkins,
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Faya Felice and Nick Williams out. And to confirm it, Reece Gill, Scott Andrews and Sam Warburton are in. There's confirmation for it on your screen. A fine kick by Anscombe. Fine touch on the halfway line. Now Munster so unlucky not to get something from that last move.
That's middle, yeah. Hey, I don't want a bus coming through there, Mike. Come on.
Of course, the terrace on the far side here in Independent Park is completely roofed from north to south. That 3.2 million investment adding some great improvements here.
Backwards off red.
And the ball went backwards. Keane behind capitalised. Here's Williams. Doesn't go boot the ball this time. Scannell did well. Keatley. Long flow to pass. O'Holland's left it behind. Sweetenham's got it tidied up and he's put under pressure. And now he presents slow ball from Munster. Erasmus said last week everything wasn't spot on, that you wouldn't win too many trophies with that performance, but it was the first day out, and to win at Parky Scarlet was terrific. Now they'd love to add to that victory with a win here in Cork, but Cardiff Blues and that bonus point win over Edinburgh would also like to leave the southern capital of Ireland with 4 points and 5 if they want to.
3, step out.
But 4 would be a
step.
terrific target for them.
4.
Yes. Dacey and Navadi, and Navidi rather, playing well for Cardiff tonight.
First man.
Oh, that's a scrappy pass. Oh, it's getting very scrappy. Conway has knocked that one on.
Advantage over.
The advantage is over now. The kick ahead has gained some great territory for Cardiff, and the found touch inside of 22. Pressure's on Munster. Cardiff still lead by 7. Some great signings for Cardiff this year. George Earl of Scarlets has joined them. Reece Gill, of course, came from Saracens. Matthew Morgan from Bristol. Kirby Myhill also from Scarlets. Stephen Shingler, Scarlets, and Nick Williams replaced tonight, but he's came in from Ulster. And lots of big names gone too. Tom Williams has gone to Scarlets. He's one of note. Here's the feed from Niall Scannell. Well, that was a high challenge there on Billy Holland. There might be a little bit more about that. Billy wasn't happy.
Against Blue, are we, Jim?
Dave Foley has now picked up a knock as well.
Let's play it. Go on. Let's see what happens in a sec. Okay. Time off. Have a TMO check against Blue.
Yeah, that was always on the cards.
Potential foul plays
I'll go
pulled out by the
foul
neck
play.
at the line out.
Okay, thank you.
No, I don't think Dave Foley was part of that. I think it was Billy Holland, but let the picture tell the story. He's picked up an elbow injury.
Are we looking at the actions of the Blue player on the floor? Blue, for me, he has grabbed her on the neck, Jim. I think that's just apparently only.
There's
Yeah,
Billy
it was.
gathering the ball. Oh, that wasn't nice.
Yeah, Jim, for me, it's on the neck. It's penalty only. Yeah, okay. He's around his neck, okay, so it's penalty only. Maybe it's 4.
So it's not looking like a yellow card. And to be honest, I've seen them given for less, but the referee feels...
I think the pictures are quite clear, okay, around his neck. It's nothing more than a penalty.
Penalty.
Okay.
Well, the home support not happy there.
And substitution on the Munster side, number 19, Donegal Ryan, is number 4, Dave Foley.
So Dave Foley retires with that elbow injury. And Donegal Ryan makes his presence felt wearing number 19. Another man that picked up an injury last week was Kevin O'Byrne. He will be unavailable for Munster for 3 months. He was a late replacement against Scarlett last Saturday. He also sustained an elbow injury in the final minutes.
Ball on field.
And that's unfortunate because he was only back after being out with a long-term injury. So we wish you well, Kevin. Scannell with the put in. Niall. Well, it got away with that, Munster.
No, the lift is poor.
Callahan gathered.
Tackle!
To Niall Scannell, Billy Holland. Williams again, the box kick, running in is Ronan O'Mahony infield. That's knocked forward off of Alex Cuthbert. It's advantage Munster. Can they work it? Keane Bohan. That's towards Dan Goggin. Oh, lovely play, Munster. Brilliant play. Now, was that forward? It's Dan Goggin, the Academy centre. Whistle's gone. Let's see. Forward pass. Referee with the hand signals. Munster unfortunate.
Time off. Number 9, blue. Substitution.
There it is. Forward pass into the hand of Dan Goggin. So one Williams for another Williams. Lloyd Williams, local lad from Cardiff. Scrum half, former Cowbridge comprehensive student. Did well last week, 2 conversions and 1 try. Well, he's in to finish out this game now at the expense of his namesake, Thomas Williams. So watch out for number 21. He's got quick feet, this guy. 17-10. No scores in the second half if you just joined us.
Crouch.
17-10 at half time.
Bind. Set.
A double from Tom James in that first half. And a try from Andrew Conway of Munster. The boot of Garrett Anscombe has created space. 2 conversions and a penalty for the Cardiff men. But Munster have a heroic scrum. And they get the penalty. Oh, the home support love it. But they need to settle an account and get a score on the board. The smiling faces in Cork say it all.
Flanker playing the ball in the tunnel. Come on, killer!
So the open side deemed to have went into the tunnel. Ellis Jenkins, he's penalised. And that always happens when the pressure comes on.
Okay.
So an important kick for Ian Keatley. So there it goes, all the way for Keatley. 3 more added. Well, 4 between them. And the bench looks happy now. Linenbar, Erasmus, Foley and Flannery. James Cronin looks like he's left the fray now. David Kilcoyne is in. And James Cronin finishes. David Kilcoyne is in. Great prop forward to get a score. Scored on the double twice last season. That's CJ Stander. That was a bit close for comfort, but Williams got it away. And a straight into touch
Touched.
And confirmation of Davy Kilcoyne.
Touched.
Also come on as a sub, second half at Parky Scarlett. There he is, number 17, Dave.
I know it was touch in flight, that's why I say a ball. Taken back by Red.
Munster clear their lines. Into the Cardiff half, Dan Fish. He's been comfortable all night, Dan Fish.
Tackle! Tackle!
Also played with Wales Sevens, plenty of pace.
He's gone to his
Replacement
knee.
scrum half, Lloyd Williams does well. It's the left wing coming back forward again. Tom James. So we're a little over 3 minutes from the hour mark. And Cardiff come forward. Danger here. Fish again. He's well held up by CJ Stander.
He's on his knee.
Like that wraparound tackle. Lloyd Williams is quick to the play. Feeds it back. Reskill now. 6 Wales cap. Big man, 16 or 18 stone, I should say. Played 7 years with Saracens in England. Here he comes again. He's got a great track record as well. 3 Aviva Premiership titles and a Champions Cup from last season. And here comes the lively Alex Cuthbert. He's brought to ground by a hard-working Munster defence, but Williams recycles, and they go again through Macaulay Cook.
Advantage, Red, knock on blue.
Knock on blue, advantage Red, and Jack O'Donoghue, who fancies himself as a bit of an out half. The Waterman boots it downfield. Cardiff's try-score, double try-score, Tom James does well. Gets outside of 22.
The ball is there.
Ball is there for Williams. Slow ball.
Trapped him. 13 is clearly trapping him. I know, I'm not going to penalise you.
To be fair to sweeten him, he did his living best to get out of there. And when you make an effort, the referee normally allows for that. Cardiff keep it tight. Bring it outside their own 22. Big clearance kick. Gathered by Conway. Into Keatley. Looks for space behind that defence. Beautiful kick from Keatley. Ronan O'Gara style. You can't ask for much better than that. And to be fair to the lad, when the chips were down with Munster not so long ago, he came in for a lot of unfair criticism. There's Jack O'Donoghue. Will he get the number 10 shirt next week? I don't think so. Not after Ian Keatley's kick. So still 4 between them. We've seen a lot of box kicks in this second round of the Guinness PRO12 tonight. And there it is again from the camera behind the goal. They put a beautiful curve on it with the instep off the right peg. A beautiful touch. Cardiff take. Went to the front. Keep possession. There's concern for a player in there. The medic keeps a close eye. Someone's picked up an injury. But coming forward, it looked like reskill that time. And Munster got the penalty.
Hold it,
Jonica Ryan. High fives all round in Cork. Jonica, of course, is a Limerick man. 40 Irish caps now. Made his debut for Munster back in 07 against other Welsh opposition, which was the Scarlets. So Scannell with a vital line out. Holland gathers. Stander gets a hand on the ball. They drive forward. Munster. This looks promising. Munster to the line. Back comes the ball. Pick and drive again. They've got to protect this one. Infield they go. They've got to get bodies behind there too. Cardiff got the body angles right to defend. And Munster go forward. That looks like Stander in possession. On the deck. Williams feeds it across. He's there again. That is Dan Goggin, the Academy centre. back out to Stander. He just watched the padding on that goalpost. Just couldn't get to it.
Ball is playable.
The ball is playable is the voice of our match referee. It's pick and go again from Munster. Here they go now. Out of the end. That's Scannell. Niall Scannell. Still not down. Inches short, Munster. Cardiff living on the edge.
Get away, 15.
Munster looking to take the lead. 61 minutes on the clock.
Release blue.
A change in direction might be the ingredient to get them through. Dave Kilcoyne is orchestrating the move now. There he goes, pick and drive for Kilcoyne. I told you he got them on the double last year. He's only on the field a couple of minutes. And the big man that was introduced moments ago has got his first try in the Guinness PRO12 of the 2016-17 series. Excellent work by Munster. Vintage Munster up front. And everyone in Cork is happy now. They lead by 1 with the conversion to come. All from that penalty be conceded by Cardiff. They worked hard. It was pick and drive in the engine room. They all worked so hard. And the touchdown came after lots of pressure on the Cardiff defence. Keatley to add 2. And that's what he's just done. So 3 points lead for Munster.
61 minutes of the game, scored by Dave Kilcoyne.
But there we are, eyes for the line, Dave Kilcoyne.
Munster 20, Cardiff Blues 17.
Great performance by Razzie Erasmus's men.
Change on the Cardiff Blues side, 19, Josh Turnbull, faces number 4, George Earl.
So 19 is in for 4. George Earl replaced on the Cardiff team by Josh Turnbull, the man from Hereford West. As a back row, he moved from Scarlets. Confirmation of the scoreline, 20 points to 17 in favour of the men in red. And Munster open the Guinness PRO12 with back-to-back victories. Is there a sting in the tail from Cardiff? The Cardiff Blues. Lloyd Williams feeding it in field to Sam Warburton.
More!
Good play, Cardiff. Munster.
Some more.
Referee called them all. And I think one happy man now will be Jack Linenbar, the defence coach of Munster. And Erasmus, of course, his background, we know he came from South Africa, but he won 36 caps for the Springboks in a playing career that spanned 8 years. And he lined out for the Free State Cheetahs and the Golden Lions in the Currie Cup. He also played for the Cats and the Stormers in the Super 12, and he served as captain of the Cats, leading them to the 2000 Super 12 semi-finals.
Take a mark of him.
And also captained the Springboks back in 1999. And of course, after retirement, Erasmus moved into the coaching business and guided the Cheetahs to the Currie Cup in 2005, and the Bloemfontein-based team's first Currie Cup title since 1976. So Razzie Erasmus has got a good track record. And can his team hang on here? The referee's not happy with both front rows here. 3 between them.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hey! Hey! You win the penalty, you leave it there, okay?
Good scrum, Cardiff. Referee didn't want any nonsense.
Sticks? Sticks.
Oh, long range effort to put them back level again. And that's got a little bit of stretching from him. This is ambitious, but with little or no wind at Irish Independent Park. It's not beyond him. 3 from 4 already.
Should we go back and have the scrum, or are you happy with the penalty now? Okay.
So this will be Cardiff's first score in the second half if Garrett Anscombe is successful. He struck that well. Didn't strike it well enough. Had the distance, not the accuracy. And Munster hang on.
2 and 9.
Substitution on Munster side. Number
Okay,
16, Duncan
10.
Casey, replaces number 2, Ryan Scannell. Number
10
20,
offside.
Moss O'Leary. Number 9, Duncan Williams.
So we got two changes on the Munster team.
Okay.
Tomas O'Leary coming in wearing number 21.
Come back up.
And Duncan Casey is in as replacement hooker for Niall Scannell. So 20 points to 17.
Maul!
And there's confirmation
No, they're not.
of the change. Tomas O'Leary and Casey in. There is Tomas wearing 21. Great servant.
Time off 11.
That's Matthew Morgan.
Substitution on the Cardiff blue side. Number 23, Matthew Morgan. Replaces number 11, Tom James.
So Tom James with 2 tries tonight, plays no further parts, and Matthew Morgan comes in. Now he's a fly half by trade, and he's one of the most exciting players, one of the most exciting attacking players. He's got lightning quick feet too, so it'll be interesting to see how Matthew Morgan fits in here. Well, Tom James has gone, Morgan in. So 67 minutes played, just 13 minutes remaining. Can Munster hang on in Cork? There's Dave Kilcoyne
Time on.
nearest the camera. Duncan Williams now the number 16 in the number 2 position.
Crouch.
And the ever reliable John Ryan is still in there at tight head,
Bind.
doing ever so well in that scrum
Set.
throughout the evening here at Irish Independent Park. Good ball, a pick from Stander at number 8. Gone to ground, he's got to place that. He has. Pick and go from Munster again. That's the 10-metre line in their own half of the park. There's a Cardiff boot there, it mightn't be there. Keep.
Stay 5.
Big ball up into the sky. Gathered by Matthew Morgan. Well, that's what I mean about Matthew Morgan. Got it to Ronald Lilo. Lilo feeds it back in field towards Lloyd Williams. And Lloyd Williams feeds it across. And the man to touchdown is a man that's had a fine game for Cardiff all evening. And that's Dan Fish, the former Glamorgan Wanderers man. And he's picked up an injury for his troubles coming forward there. And Cardiff are back in front. And he looks in a little bit of trouble. And Munster will regroup. There's the kick downfield from Keatley. And the new man gathered that ball, Matthew Morgan, fed it outside to Lilo. His little inside pass worked well as that went to Lloyd Williams, who in turn fed down Fish. And Fish got the score. Well, lovely little offload at the one hand. That was even better as it came back in towards what Lloyd Williams. And Dan Fish with a score. 22 points to 20, conversion to come. And we're in for a blistering final 12 minutes here in the Guinness Pro 12 round 2. Conversion from Steve Shingler, and he's successful.
Try for Cardiff Blues after 67 minutes of the game. Scored by Dan Fish. Converted by Gareth Anscombe.
Now as Anscombe scored the conversion. My mistake on that occasion. So Fish with the try.
Right again.
Anscombe, Garrett Anscombe with the conversion. Now stadium announcer's got that one right, or wrong I should say, and I think I was right because I did say Shingler. And they should never let the stadium announcer confuse the commentator. Well, there we go. We got it right. 24 points to 20. Cardiff Blues lead. Now, as it stands, Munster can pick up a bonus point, but one would feel there's more to come from the home side here as John Ryan puts in a crunching tackle. Shingler scored a try last week against Edinburgh and 2 conversions. So he's got 1 conversion so far tonight.
Stay on, Nate. Stay on back. Oh.
Back come Munster.
Side entry, Blue.
Side entry from Blue.
Penalty advantage, red.
O'Leary back to Holland. Munster come forward. Dan Goggin. Tomas O'Leary.
Keep Mark back there, Nigel, please.
Unbelievable performance from John Ryan. O'Leary. Referee's arm is down now. Not quite sure whether he said advantage was over. No, he didn't. Back we come.
Okay, 20 side entry.
So advantage was still playing,
Inside.
and Munster have the decision now. Is it a kick for the corner, kick for the sticks, and leave 1 between them?
Sorry.
Less than 10 minutes remaining. Sam Warburton in your photo, in your picture. Local man in Cardiff, of course. He's now got 67 Welsh caps. And Keighley said, we'll kick for the sticks here. Oh, reminiscent of the one he struck against Scarlets at Parky Scarlet last week. Struck it well. Struck it very well, Ian Keatley. There's 1 between the sides in the Guinness Pro12 round 2 at Irish Independent Park. There is just 8 minutes remaining on the stadium clock, and Brian Scott from Dolphin is in. And John Ryan, he's had a magnificent night in that red shirt, but Brian Scott is in to play tight head. Former Munster and Ireland A, under 20. Neck injury last season confined him to just 1 game in the Pro12, so we wish Brian well. Came on with a few minutes to spare last week as well. Big kick upfield. Confirmation of Brian Scott coming on. And one would wonder, would Munster be better holding possession now instead of those box kicks, giving possession back to Cardiff, who have got plenty of ability and movement out wide. And that's Ellis Jenkins, their open side flanker. Lloyd Williams. All the big numbers getting involved now. Steve Shingler, 22.
Tackle!
Duncan Williams trying to win back ball for Munster. And that's Lloyd Williams feeding the short ball in field. They're gone over halfway. Good play, Cardiff Blues. Entertaining second half. At half time the home side were trailing by 17 points to 10. That's a very deep pass from Steve Shingler. Little kick ahead. Keatley just has to nurse this down the tram lines, and he finds touch just on halfway. Good playing, Keatley. One between them to put into Cardiff Blues. Cardiff will have Glasgow Warriors at Arms Park next week before that trip to Italy to face Ibra in round 4. And Munster are back across the Irish Sea against the Dragons next week. This is taken by Ellis Jenkins. Good tight maul. Rolling forward now for Cardiff Blues.
He's broke away, he's fine.
That's Matthew Rees. Replacement hooker to the big man Scott Andrews. He's big in every way. He's well over 19 stone weight, that guy. Williams, the big crossfield kick from Cardiff. Cuthbert is cutting infield. Munster gather through Andrew Conway. He breaks out, gets it to Keane Bohan. Munster drive in, good play Munster. Got to hold that ball. And now it's a pick and drive, Billy Holland. And Moss O'Leary said, I can see that ball. Josh Turnbull makes a nuisance of himself. O'Leary again with the kick. The chase is from Bohan, but it's gathered by Cardiff, who work it well and present very well. And Williams again with the quick ball back into the pocket. And now they go to blind side. The centre doing well, Lilo. Lloyd Williams again. Driving forward, body angle's good. Ball released at the request of the referee. And here is Matthew Morgan. Anything he's been involved in, he's been dangerous. Dan Fish looks to pull the hamstring as he kicked that ball. Back downfield it comes. Cardiff come back for more. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Andrew Conway, did he call the mark? Hasn't found touch. Straight back down the throat. Matthew Morgan. Chip and go from him. The call was important for Munster. Sweetenham has done well. The local lad from Cork has a brilliant breakout by Sweetenham. He needs support. He's got it. Tomas O'Leary. Munster did well to hang on there. Ball comes back. It's loose. It's got to be tidied up. It is now. That's CJ Stander. He's caught in possession.
It's okay.
And the Cardiff players have come through the gate, and the referee says that's okay, and a turnover has been won. They've spotted a gap downfield. Chasing back all the way is Dan Goggin. And Goggin relieves the pressure for Munster and finds touch on the 22. It will be a Cardiff put in. 24 points to 23. And we have 3 minutes of normal time remaining before that clock goes
Blue,
red.
Keep the line there. Blue. In.
Second half scores for Munster. A penalty from Keatley. A try added by Dave Kilcoyne. The conversion by Keatley has given him 10 points in the second half. And then Keatley added another penalty to make it 13 points. A try from Fish and the conversion from Shingler has put Cardiff on 24. You would have to say next score wins. There's a losing bonus point there for Munster at the moment, but they won't accept that. They'll play it to the bitter end. Here comes Lloyd Williams inside the Munster 22. Discipline, the name of the game now for Munster.
He's won the ball. His turnover's fair.
Good turnover. CJ Stander. What a man. On his feet. Won it fair and square. O'Leary. Back into the pocket. Keatley. No, that's out on the full, and that will come back for a line out. Well, he's inside the 22. And Stan Fish worried about that injury. He's had a fine game, Dan. Now made over 50 appearances there. CJ Stander, fantastic win.
Let's form this line, please, quicker. Let's form this line quicker.
Tough game tonight at Irish Independent Park. The home crowd would love a win. Bonus point, losing bonus point wouldn't be the end of the world. But Cardiff, with 2 tries from Tom James, put themselves in the driving seat in that first half. They're 7 out at the break. And they're still on the front foot, Cardiff Blues. Lloyd Williams. Busy man Williams again. They just want to play down the clock. Ball retention important now for Cardiff Blues. A bonus point win last week was a terrific start for them. 37 points to 28 over Edinburgh.
Reload! Let's make sure they reload 9. Time check, please, Trevor. 25 seconds.
Well, that's the official from the timekeeper. The referee requested a time check. 25 seconds. Cardiff just got to hold on to that ball. And when that clock goes red, put it into roll Z.
Yeah, will do.
Just Munster struggling to get that ball back. The bench has worked very well for Cardiff. Matthew Rees, Reece Gill, Josh Turnbull, Matthew Morgan, Lloyd Williams, Sam Warburton. All names of note, Wales internationals included, with 4 that he started. And there it goes into touch from the boot of Stephen Shingler. 24 points to Cardiff. They're happy with that win. They now have 9 points on the table. It's a losing bonus point for the Munster men here in Cork. It was a fair good battle. Munster were well in the game but struggled to get the ball back off of Cardiff Blues, and as I said, when Cardiff Blues emptied that bench, their team worked well, and Danny Wilson's men ball retention was exceptional. Munster will now look to get back to winning ways when they travel back over the Irish Sea next week to take on Newport Gwent Dragons before a home tie at Thomond Park in Limerick against Edinburgh. A good performance by Cardiff. Danny Wilson will be happy. It's back to the drawing board for Razzie Erasmus. He will take some positives from this defeat, but it just wasn't to be for the men in red in Cork. Can they do it in Limerick in a fortnight's time? We got to wait and see. The final score at Irish Independent Park: Cardiff Blues 24, Munster 23.